p.m., you've got 17 browser tabs open, Slack pinging, your phone just buzzed twice, your eyes are burning, staring at screens all day, and you can't remember the last time you took an actual break. Sounds familiar? You're not just tired, you're burnt out. Nobody tells you your brain wasn't designed for all of this. And in the next 30 minutes, I'm going to show you a 5-minute mindfulness technique that's going to literally rewire how thousands of tech workers handle digital overload. No meditation, no cushions, no apps, no complicated routines, just 5 minutes that could save your sanity. 8 p.m., you've got 17 browser tabs open, Slack pinging, your phone just buzzed twice, your eyes are burning, staring at screens all day, and you can't remember the last time you took an actual break. Sounds familiar? You're not just tired, you're burnt out. And here's the thing, nobody tells you your brain wasn't designed for all of this. And in the next 30 minutes, I'm going to show you a 5-minute mindfulness technique that's going to literally rewire how thousands of tech workers handle digital overload. No meditation, no cushions, no apps, no complicated routines, just 5 minutes that could save your sanity. All right, let's dive in. So I want to let you know that I have licensed in mindfulness, licensed in also yin yoga. So here's what we're going to be covering today. First, I'm going to show you exactly what tech burnout is doing to your brain and why willpower isn't enough to fix it. Then I'll break down the 5 mindfulness tips, hacks, steps. And I mean step by step. You'll be able to do this at your desk, in your bathroom, stall, in your car. And finally, we'll talk about how to make this stick, because knowing the technique is worthless if you don't actually use it. So before we jump in, quick story. 2 years ago, I was working with a software company, 8 hours weekly, always on culture. I thought I was handling it. I thought I was exhausted, but just the price wasn't worth it. Until one day I completely froze during a meeting. I just blanked out. I couldn't remember what I was supposed to say. I couldn't think. My manager was asking me if I was okay, and I had no idea how to answer the question. So that was my wake-up call. And if you're listening to this, maybe you have already had yours, or maybe you're close. Either way, you're in the right place. Let's start with actually what's happening in your brain. Understanding what's going on with tech burnout today is really high on my level. Science, technology, it's a lot of burnout. It's not about being lazy. It's the neuroscience of when you're constantly switching between tasks, Slack, email, Zoom, code. Again, your brain is performing what scientists call attention residue. Every time you switch tasks, a little piece of your focus stays behind it. It's like having 20 apps running in the background of your phone. Eventually, everything slows down. A study from the University of California found that it takes an average of 23 minutes and 15 seconds to fully refocus after a distraction. 23 minutes. Now think about how many times you get distracted in a day. Every notification, every ping, every minute something's happening. Your brain is being shredded into confetti, and you're wondering why you can't focus. These are symptoms that nobody's really noticing. This is what's happening in tech burnout. Tech burnout shows up in 3 ways. Most people don't even recognize. But the number one way is decision fatigue. You can't decide what to eat for lunch. You can't decide which tasks to take with you. You spend 20 minutes just staring at your to-do list. This is your peripheral cortex waving its hand. It's emotionally flattening. Things that used to excite you don't anymore. It bothers you. What used to excite you now depresses you, and it's called emotional exhaustion. And that's the hallmark of burnout, right? The phantom buzz. You feel like your phone vibrating when it didn't. You hear notifications that even aren't there. Your nervous system is so hijacked by technology that it's creating false alarms, right? If you're experiencing even one of these, listen carefully. You need to interrupt the pattern now, while your current solutions aren't working, right? Maybe you've tried taking breaks. Maybe you've tried the digital detox or deleting social media for a week, and maybe it helped for a minute. Then you came back and it fell right back in the same patterns. Here's why. Your nervous system is stuck in a state called hypervigilance, right? It's like your internal alarm system is constantly scanning for threats, notifications, deadlines, and messages. They're always on, right? You can't think your way out of this. You can't willpower your way out of your body running the same program in the background until you interrupt that program at the nervous system, right? At the level that it needs to change. This is where mindfulness comes in. This is where I'm mindfulness certified, but not the kind that you're thinking of, right? Mindfulness. What is mindfulness, Gerald? Let's go into it. What is mindfulness actually? Okay, let's get it clear on something here. When I say mindfulness, I'm not talking about sitting cross-legged and humming or trying to clear your mind. I'm talking about tactical nervous system reset that you can do anywhere. In 5 minutes, that physically will shift your body out of stress mode, right? These techniques combined with are going to be three elements, okay? Breath work to activate your parasympathetic nervous system. Number two will be sensory, anchoring to pull you out of the mental loop. And number three, micro movements to release stored tension, okay? Think of it as like a circuit breaker for your stress response. And the best part, you don't have to believe in it for it to work. This is not psychology. This is not philosophy. This 5-minute protocol step by step is going to lead you right there. All right, here's the exact protocol. I'm going to walk you through it in real time so you can literally do this right now if you want, okay? Here we go. Wherever you are right now, sitting, standing, if you're driving, you don't have to do this. Whether you're here, close your eyes or soften your gaze. Look down at the spot on the floor about 3 feet in front of you. Take a normal breath in through your nose. Now exhale through your mouth, slow and controlled for twice as long as your inhale. If you breathe in for 3 seconds, breathe out for 6 seconds. Do this 3 times. Focus only on making your exhales longer than your inhales. What's happening here? Long exhales activate your vagus nerves, which is like the brake pedal for your stress response. You're literally telling your body, we're safe. We can power down now, right? Now, keep your breathing slow as you're doing this and natural. And we're going to anchor you into your senses. This pulls you out of your head and into the present moment. Look around and notice 5 things you can see. Don't actually glance, look at it. The corner of your laptop, the texture of the walls, the light from the window. 4 things you can touch or feel. Your feet on the ground, your back against the chair, the temperature of the air, the weight of your phone in your hand. 3 things you can hear, the hum of your computer, the traffic outside, the sound of your own breath. Now, 2 things that you can smell, coffee, your shirt, the air, even something like a flower. Can you taste the water, the toothpaste from this morning? What you just did, you interrupted the mental loop. Your brain was spinning in past regrets or future worries, and you dropped and anchored right into right now. All right, I'm going to have you do the tension scan with me. All right, keep your breath slow. Now bring your attention to your body. We're going to do a quick body scan for tension. Start at the top of your head and clench your jaw. Let it drop. Roll your shoulders back down and let them fall. Unclench your fists if they're tight. Release your belly. Most of us would hold our attention there without even realizing it. Flex your feet, then release your feet. You're not trying to force relaxation. We're just noticing when you're holding tension and giving your body permission to let go. Now, let's focus on our breathing. Now we're going to regulate the breathing and even more with the box breathing. This is what the Navy SEALs use before stress tension. Here's the pattern. Breathe in for 4, hold 4, breathe out for 4. Hold 4, breathe out for 4. Do this 2 or 3 times, even 4 times if you can. Breathe in for 4, breathe out for 4. 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out, 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. What you just did was balance your nervous system. Your heart rate variability just improved, your cortisol levels just dropped. This is measurable change. Not woohoo, but you can see it. Before you open your eyes and go back to your day, set one simple intention. For the next hour, I'm going to protect my attention. Or I'm going to take 3 deep breaths before I check my emails. Or I'm going to notice when I'm stressed, and I'm going to pause. Just one intention, just something small, something doable. Take one more deep breath, open your eyes. That's a 5-minute protocol you can do anywhere, anytime. And I want you to use these tips and tricks and strategies to help relieve your stress in the tech world. Because why does all this matter, Gerald? Why are we doing this? There's 3 reasons, right? Number 1, you're hacking your vagus nervous system. Your vagus nervous system is the main highway between your brain and your body. So when you're doing long exhales and box breathing, you're activating the parasympathetic nervous system, and that resets the digestive modes and the opposite of your flight, right? You're not going into relax mode. You're triggering a biological shift. Reason 2, you're interrupting the rumification, meaning the same things, the loop, right, that you're running, the same worries, the same stresses, right? So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique breaks that loop, forcing your attention into sensory information. So you literally can't ruminate or focus and sense at the same time. So you're resetting your stress baseline. Most people think stress is binary. Either you're stressed or you're not. But actually, your baseline stress level rises over time. You get used to feeling worried. The protocol lowers the baseline, and even just a little bit, you just keep doing the same thing. And here's the key. You don't have to do this. You can do this all the time, right? It's not just a one-time thing. Let me share something with you. Quick story from people who have used this. Sarah, who was a product manager at a tech startup, told me she was having panic attacks. And before the meeting, she would start doing this protocol every morning, and before big calls. 3 weeks later, no more panic attacks. She said, I finally feel like I have control again. Mike, a software engineer, said to me, hey, I felt like I was doom scrolling for 2 hours every day before bed. And he replaced that with this 5-minute routine. Not only did it help him sleep better, but he said he was focused during the day, improved dramatically. And Jessica from the UK, she was a designer. She said she was burnt out. She was considered quitting. She started doing this during lunch break, this 5-minute protocol. 2 months later, she told me, don't have hard days anymore. I don't feel like I'm drowning, right? These aren't superhuman people. These are just people who decided to interrupt the pattern, and so can you, okay? These are things that you can make stick, right? This is practical implementation. Okay, knowing the technique is one thing. Actually doing it is another. How to make this stick? You got to anchor it, right? Don't just say, I'll do this. Remember, or you won't remember. Instead, tie it down with an existing routine, right? Before you check your email, during your lunch break, after you close your laptop, take long, deep breaths. Be intentional about how you're setting up your emotional reset button, right? You can relabel this. Reset yourself any time of the day. This is something that's available to you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4 breaths in, 4 breaths out, right? Do this 1 minute, even 30 seconds of intentional breathing is better than nothing, right? The goal isn't perfection. The goal is consistency, right? Okay. So let me address the objections. I know you're thinking, I don't have 5 minutes, Gerald. Yes, you do. You have 5 minutes, or otherwise you're going to have a panic attack. You have 5 minutes to scroll Instagram. This is about priorities, not time. I feel stupid doing this. Good. This means your ego is getting in the way of your healing. Your ego is what you got burnt out in the first place. So stop stressing. Your body doesn't care about your ego. Do it anyway. I tried this once, Gerald, and it didn't work. Once isn't enough. You didn't get burnt out in a day. You won't heal in a day. Commit to doing this every day for 2 weeks. Then tell me that it doesn't work, right? Do intentional breathing. Once you've been doing this for a while, here's some ways to level it up. Tip 1, track your mood before and after you do your breathing. Rate your stress level, let's say 1 to 10 before you practice, then afterwards, right? You'll start to see the patterns and proof and stuff of it working. Tip 2, extend it on hard days. If you're really struggling, do your protocol twice, meaning you're breathing 4 in, 4 out in the morning, midday, 10 minutes total, whatever you can, right? Tip 3, share it with your team. Imagine if your whole team took 5 minutes to reset together after lunch. Burnout is often a culture problem, not just an individual problem. Be the person who starts the conversation in your workplace, especially if you're a manager, if you have those kind of positions, right? What are you really fighting when you're talking about burnout in tech, right? This is a 5-minute mindfulness for breathing in through the nose, for breathing out. Guys, do me a favor. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Fearless Conversations. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple. Make sure you share this with any people that are in tech, any people that are in customer service, HR departments. You are a human being with a nervous system that needs rest, with a brain that needs space, with a body that's trying to tell you something. This 5-minute practice, 4 breaths in, 4 breaths out, it matters to you. Your well-being matters, and I'm going to protect it. This is what you need to say. And here's what happens when you do that. You become more focused. You become more creative, more present with people you love. You stop snapping at your partner because you're overstimulated. You stop zoning out in conversations because your brain is fried. You remember why you got it into this work in the first place. And when other people see you taking care of yourself, your husband, your wife, your children, right? That really matters. They start to give themselves the same permission to do the same thing. That's how culture changes, one person at a time, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So here's what I want you to do right now. Action step number 1, set a reminder on your phone tomorrow morning and label it 5-minute reset. Number 2, I want you to actually do it. Don't just listen to this, move on and commit to trying this every day for at least 1 week, 7 days. That's all I'm asking. Step number 3, share this episode with someone